Hello my lovelies, I hope you're well. Today I'm just doing a quick video review of a new product that I've been using for my hair recently, and this is the Wen Cleansing Conditioner by Chaz Dean. I was sent this about 3 weeks ago by the company to review and test out. So yes, I didn't pay for this, I did get this product for free. I have been using it on my hair pretty much every time I wash it, apart from maybe 2 or 3 times I've used something else. And I have to say, I was a little bit skeptical at first when I read about it on the website. Basically, it's a cleansing conditioner, so it's a shampoo and conditioner, but it's not one of those kind of all-in-one wash and go type of products. The creator, Chaz Dean, just has a very different way of viewing hair and the way we should manage it and take care of it. Instead of using just your shampoo to strip away any oils and dirt, styling products, anything like that from your hair, and then putting the moisture back in afterwards with conditioner, you use this in one step. This is meant to cleanse your hair, nourish it, everything you want it to do, make it manageable, detangle it all in one. And that does sound pretty good. I was initially a little bit worried because I didn't think it would be able to clean my hair very well. I don't use that many styling products, but I do use a lot of hairspray when I go out. And also I don't like to wash my hair too often because it makes it really dry and frizzy, and it being long, it doesn't get greasy very much, especially if I put like hairspray in it. I find that way I can go for quite a number of days without washing it. It doesn't get greasy and it looks fine. So I usually wash it every 3 days roughly. Sometimes it'll be every 2 days if I need to, or you know, as long as I can stretch it really. I really don't like washing my hair too often, especially with coloured hair. You guys will know that it does strip it of its colour really quickly if you wash it. So with this, what you are meant to do is rinse your hair really thoroughly, and then it says apply 16 to 24 pumps of the cleansing conditioner. One pump is quite a lot of product. If you think about it, that's for the average hair. My hair, as you can see, is pretty long and there is a lot of it. Let me just take out my clip. So yeah, I do have quite a lot of hair. So for me, I need to use, you know, on the top range of that, I'm usually use about 24 pumps. Now you can do this all in one go, or you can do it in 2 stages. I've tried both ways. Sometimes if I'm in a rush, I'll just put the 24 pumps and put it all in straight away. Other times I'll put in 12 pumps, rinse it, and then another 12 pumps. So what you're meant to do is like rub your palms together once you've got that in there, and then you apply it to your scalp and you massage it very, very rigorously, like really giving your head a good massage, really getting into the roots. And you can add a little bit of water, and it won't lather up like other conditioners because it doesn't contain sodium lauryl sulfate or sodium lauryl sulfate, so it's not going to lather and foam. But if you add a splash of water, it does kind of foam up a tiny amount, I have found. So you're meant to massage vigorously your scalp for 1 to 3 minutes, then you comb through your hair and you will see a lot of the cleansing conditioner on the comb, which means you've put enough. If you're combing through and you don't see it kind of, you know, in between the bristles, that means you don't have enough on. And then after that, you just leave it on your hair for 3 to 5 minutes while you're doing whatever else you're doing in your shower. And then you can comb through, rinse it out, and you can add like 1 pump. Usually I add as a leave-in conditioner. I mean, it does sound like a lot of time and effort, the whole massaging thing, but I quite like that. I like getting head massage. I really like, you know, getting into the roots and really massaging it, because I feel that way, you know, it's going to get rid of all that oil buildup that I've had. And by doing that, even though it doesn't have any harsh detergents, it's definitely not something that will strip your hair. It's not like a clarifying shampoo or anything like that. It's very gentle, but by massaging it, it means you're really working the product in. The one I have is the Sweet Almond Mint Cleansing Conditioner, and it's a really nice smell. It's slightly sweet because of the almond oil in it, but then the mint gives it a really tingly, fresh feeling, like you can feel it tingle on your scalp, and it really cools your scalp down. So if you have a lot of irritations on your scalp, if you have really dry hair and, you know, you get dandruff and stuff like that, I think it will be really nice because it has a really nice cooling, calming effect. And I know a few people don't like that minty scent. I personally like it. I find it quite refreshing while I'm doing all my other stuff in the shower and it's in my hair. It just, I don't know, it smells really nice and it feels nice, and it's not something that I think would offend that many people, you know. Mint is pretty standard smell. And afterwards, like when you rinse it out, it still feels really fresh, like your scalp feels really refreshed because of the mint. So this is what my hair looks like after I've been using it for a couple of weeks. It's not that different, you know, when you look at it, but I can feel that it's really, really soft. It does get all the product out of my hair, and my hair doesn't get greasy any quicker, but I do see that there's kind of less volume. When I use a really harsh shampoo, you know, it's going to take out all the oils, all the moisture, so it's really easy to get volume and you only need to tease a little bit. But with this, your hair can be a little bit flat. So if you have really fine, dull flyaway hair, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for you guys, because it can make your hair look a little bit lifeless because it's not as, you know, volumized. But if you have thick, curly, you know, even like afro hair, then this is really an amazing product because it really does nourish your hair. It's really good for your hair. I mean, I can read some of the ingredients: tricharia flower, wild cherry, rosemary, sweet almond oil, wheat protein, aloe. Lots of really good ingredients, and most importantly, none of those harsh ingredients that many of us are now looking out for not to be in shampoo, like parabens and sodium lauryl sulfate and all that stuff. So I'm really liking this so far. I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought it would make my hair look really greasy, but it does the job. It does clean it, maybe not quite as thoroughly as, you know, a clarifying shampoo would. But in terms of, you know, the cleanliness of your hair, it does feel really nice and nourished and soft. This is basically my hair after I've washed it and just let it air dry. So as you can see, it's not frizzy as it normally, well, not as frizzy as it normally is. The only problem with this that I have found, of course, is, as I often say, the price. They have a deal on the UK website where you can order this for £24.95 and you get one of these 350ml bottles of the cleansing conditioner. You get the styling cream, the moist intensive hair treatment, as well as a texture balm and a wide tooth comb, which is really useful when you're brushing the product through in the shower, and then postage and packaging on top of that. The only problem is that for that price, if you have long hair or thick hair or, you know, afro hair that needs a lot of product to wash it, you are going to go through this really quickly. I've had this for 3 weeks, and I only wash my hair like every 3 days, and I don't know if you'll be able to see, probably not. There's not very much of it left. They normally say that this should last about a month, but for me it would be a stretch. Like, I have used a few other shampoos in the meantime, so if I used exclusively this, I don't think one of these bottles would last me a month. But then again, if I think about it, normally I shampoo twice and then I add conditioner. Sometimes I use a detangler afterwards, and also I put in a leave-in conditioner. So that's 4 products, and, you know, that amount builds up. I was trying to kind of think about it. Like, the 24 pumps, is that as much as 2 shampoos, conditioner and all that other stuff together? Yeah, it's probably about the same amount of product. If this cost, you know, like £10, then I'd be like, oh yeah, I am saving money. But, you know, it depends. If you're using salon hair care anyway, then it's probably about the same price range. The only problem is that you have to keep getting more of it, and as far as I'm aware, it's not sold in shops, only on their site, so it can be quite difficult to get hold of. Overall, I really like it. I think I am going to order some from the site and try out the styling cream and all that stuff. The only thing I don't like about it is, of course, the price and the fact that you go through products so quickly. I have heard of similar things being sold at Sally's. I haven't tried a similar kind of cleansing conditioner thing, but I really like the way it doesn't strip your hair. Like, sometimes I know that if I use certain shampoos, especially volumizing shampoo, like when you rinse your hair, you can feel it's like squeaky clean. I personally really don't like that feeling because I know that it's stripped my hair of all its moisture, all of its natural oils. With this product, you know, it's not taking away, you know, too many of your natural oils, which is probably why your hair is not as volumized. But, you know, I think that's much more natural. It's much better for your hair in the long run, and it's definitely worth investing in, especially if you have really unmanageable hair, because this does make a massive difference. I know that X Sparkage, Leisha did a review on it, and she has a really like thick, frizzy, curly like hair that's really, really unmanageable, and she said it made a world of difference to her hair. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you all soon. Bye.